Okay, so after 30 days, I should be levitating. By 60 days, have teleportation unlocked, obviously. And after I hit 90 days, I should be able to shoot laser beams from my eyes. Yeah, sounds about right to me.
Be warned. Opening the chakras is an intense experience, and once you begin this process, you cannot stop until all 7 are open. Are you ready?
Look, when it comes to semen retention, your road will not be all smooth and go straight forward, as each and every one of us will have our own personal ups and downs throughout this process. But as someone who's been on this journey for over 2.5 years now, I've come to realize that the practice of SR can be broken down into 6 key stages. So regardless of where you're at on your own streak, you most likely will or already have experienced the signs and symptoms of these 6 different stages. Starting it from the first one, the power up phase, which ranges from day 0 to day 30. Now this, my friends, is the start to your SR journey, as you've now become aware of this powerful practice and have experienced the long-term detriments of being addicted to the hub, chasing the box, and overall depleting yourself of this life force energy. So now you've decided to take the first step towards success, and what you can expect at this stage is the biggest energy boost that you'll ever experience in your life, as your mental and physical stamina will skyrocket to a whole nother level. Like, I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna wake up rock hard and ready to run through a wall.
I am so ready.
Not to mention the boost you're also going to get when it comes to your focus and mental clarity, as the brain fog you've been having to deal with after years of releasing will slowly start to fade away, leading you to take this practice a bit more seriously as we dive in deeper into stage 2, the detox phase, ranging from day 30 to 90. Now at this point, you've enjoyed the initial benefits that we just discussed, but you've now been led down to question a lot of things. You see, growing up in the modern times we live in today, we as young men have been subtly but surely programmed to prioritize sex at all times. I mean, it's what you've been told, heard, and seen all your life up until this point. So why start going against it now? Maybe the semen retention stuff is just all placebo, and maybe this Fulati Fitness guy is just a fraud. I mean, look at him, bro. This guy's gotta be capping. Come on now. And this, my friends, is your mind playing tricks on you, as it's now starting to crave its usual fix of that good old dopamine rush you get from releasing. But now with the clarity of mind, along with getting deeper into this topic of SR, you'll soon come to realize that nah, this is the right path and all this stuff just ain't placebo. Your mind has just been pervertedly programmed to pedestalize these sensual pleasures for years now. And now that you've finally taken a step back from it all and resisted to succumbing to these urges, you're able to look back at how stupid you look stroking your schlong off to pixels on a screen, or swiping your life away on these dating apps hoping to get a little action. And this in turn leads you to a big shift on how you start to view women, relationships, and intimacy in general, as the mind is now starting to purify and go through a detoxing state from all the junk you've been accustomed to consuming. This now leads us over to stage 3, aka the rewiring phase, ranging from day 90 to day 150. And now this is where things might get a little shaky for you, brother, as we've now entered the realm of the forbidden flatline. Yes, I'm telling you, man, the flatline that you've probably heard when it comes to SR is as real as it gets. Now there's no pinpoint or direct reason for this happening, but it seems to me that this is the stage where your mind and body start to repair and rewire back into its original default state. And just like when things start to slow down and freeze up a little bit when your computer goes over to reboot into a new software, so will the progress that you've made on SR come to a stalling point, as you've essentially starved and killed off these overly burnt out dopamine centers by breaking free from these old habits. And this is exactly why I said that this is the point in your SR journey that will allow you to make it to the next level, or break it and bring you back to the bottom, as many people can be led down to believe that the benefits have simply just plateaued, and that this is the peak of the SR experience. And that, my friends, could not be further from the truth. It's just simply that your brain and body are going through a major shift right now, and as humans, change is uncomfortable for us, since we're all wired to take the path of least resistance. So essentially, the flatline is your old self slipping away and holding on for dear life, hoping that you revert back to your old ways and remain in your comfort zone. And it's going to do everything in order to bring you back to the baseline it's been used to. No!
God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
But if you stay 10 toes down, remain solid on why you started SR, and not fold under pressure when it comes to this awkward transitioning phase, you will soon unlock the doors to stage 4, which I like to call the activation phase, ranging from day 150 to 365. And now this is where the real fun starts. So up until this point, you've been going through a deep cleansing process of the mind, body, and soul, while also harnessing and charging up your life force energy by finally retaining it. But now this is where we get into actually activating it through the art of sexual transmutation, because previously you did not have the ability to tap into these levels since you didn't have enough energy built up yet, nor the mental capacity to really hone it in. But now, since your mind and body have come to settle back into this natural state that you should be operating at as a man, the true potential of this practice within its creative capabilities start to become revealed to you. By you now being able to access these higher states of consciousness and not think with your dick 24/7, this energy that has the power to create a whole nother human being can finally be expressed in its fullest light and not just be wasted on a couple seconds of pleasure. So whether that leads you down to making music, creating a business, doing some form of artwork, or even just writing a book, you can now essentially access the true power of SR and use it as a form of super fuel to funnel towards any of these endeavors. And along with that, due to your dopamine levels now settling back into the normal states, you get an immense feeling of joy and satisfaction when it comes to the process of creating, since your mind has now shifted gears and started to operate in a more delayed gratification mind state. No longer are you seeking huge floods of dopamine rushes when it comes to instantaneous forms of pleasure, as now quote unquote boring tasks actually start to entertain you, as the act in itself essentially becomes a reward for you versus the results, which allows you to tap into flow states effortlessly. And now as these effects start to compound and pile up on top of each other, the plate becomes set for you to enter stage 5, the acceleration phase, ranging from day 365 to day 730. And now if you've been keeping up on game with the Fulati Fitness gang, you probably have a good idea of what I'm referring to when it comes to this stage. Yes sir, I'm talking about the legendary amplifier effect, which I discussed at length and in detail in another video. But to keep it short and simple, this is where SR allows you to make changes and progress at whatever it is that you're trying to pursue at extreme speeds. Because now with this potent creative energy locked and aimed in on a certain target or goal, combined with the fact that you've elevated your mindset to stay in the moment, cut out the distractions, and eliminate the nonsense, you will now be propelled down the fast lane, my man. Things that seemingly took you a year to accomplish can now be done in 3 to 4 months due to the intensity and intent you now operate with. And look, I am not saying things are going to be easy and all the roadblocks on your path will be eliminated, but what I am saying is that you've now streamlined your path to success, and obstacles in your way will be able to be broken through with way less effort. Come on man, this is why I've said previously on this channel, when you retain your seed, you are playing life at a higher power level.
Power levels 8,000. How? Wait, it's over 9.
Now as you progress on this path and your purpose becomes clearer and clearer to you by the day, you will eventually come to unlock the door to the final and 6th stage, the actualization phase, ranging from day 730 to beyond. Now this, my friends, is where things get really interesting. So up until this point, you've got the initial power up, went through your detoxing phase, battled through and broke out of the flatline, learned to activate this energy through the art of transmutation, and funneled it to accelerate your progress in whatever it is that you're trying to pursue. So you're probably thinking, what's the next benefit, Ali? Do we start levitating now? And now the answer to that is yes, but in a whole different way. See, this is the point where you start to understand and actualize the true meaning of this practice. SR has now become the norm for you, and as you look back on the progress that you made throughout this process, you'll see that it wasn't about all these ecstatic benefits that everyone talks about, nor was it the end all be all and cure to all your problems in life. But what it was in its core essence was the solid foundation and anchor you needed to remain centered in life no matter what it threw out your way. Now after reflecting upon that, you'll come to realize that this sounds very eerily familiar to a lot of religious and spiritual faiths out there. So now is where you go down the rabbit hole of connecting the dots between SR and the divine. And even though you may have done some of this before this point in your SR journey, you haven't truly understood or felt this deep-rooted connection between the two until this stage. Hence the name I gave to it, calling it the actualization phase. As you start to piece the puzzle up together and start to uncover the secrets of what this practice of semen retention actually is.
Hey yo, what the
Now I know this might sound wild as to some of you guys out there watching this, and rightfully so, because who am I to tell you that all this stuff is legit? At the end of the day, I'm just some guy with a camera making some YouTube videos. You shouldn't take every word I say to heart. So I guess the only way for you to know if this is true is to go down this path on your own and figure out by yourself.